I wasn't able to write in the title. It just when I pressed to go live, it took me live. But in the title's gonna say Andy Schor, Mayor of Lansing. Um, I just want to come on here, man, and touch on the situation. Um, I'm from Lansing, Michigan, born and raised. Uh, Small city, man. Small city. It's only like 27,000, barely 27,000, almost 28,000 black people out of what, about 90,000, almost 100,000 in Lansing. So we're a small pie, man, in the city. Um, it always been a white mayor. It has, I think we only had one black chief. I think that was like in 90, so when I was in like high school. We had one black chief. No, two. Matter of fact, it was this cat, Daryl Green, I think it is. He the one I talked about on my comment on my Facebook, because when I was like 16, maybe going on 17, between 16 and 17. So I'm, walking, coming back and forth to my homeboy crib, you know what I'm saying? And so I took the same route every night. Now, this was the second black police chief. I forgot the first black police chief name, but this the second one I'm talking about, Daryl Green, light-skinned dude. Um, they was big on that curfew thing in Lansing when I was younger. You know what I mean? I don't know how it is now, but they was real big on it back then. And, they'll pull you over and take your information and see how old you is and all that, right? So I'm walking, like I said, same route, going back and forth to my homeboy crib, you know what I'm saying? And I always been a little asshole. I'm just gonna keep it honest. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm, you know, walking on eggs. You know what I mean? Like I'm walking on water or something. And all right, so I get pulled over, and I got attitude. You know what I mean? I'm upset because I'm trying to be on my way. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not out here selling no dope. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going from one place to another, from home to my homeboys or my homeboys back to home, either one. You know what I mean? And they pulled me over, him and his partner. And I'm feeling some type of way, so I'm talking a little spicy, a little crazy, and I guess they remember that, especially him. So I was coming back through. They was doing construction at this time. I never forget it. And I was, coming up. The lights, they doing construction, so the lights went all. It was dim where I was walking at, basically dark. They pulled up on me so cold. It's so cold on me. You know what I mean? Flash the light and say, "Hey, remember me?" And I look. You can't really see when they flashing that light at you, but I remember that voice. And he was like, if I wanted to do something to you, I could. So it's crazy. All them years later, he ended up becoming mayor, and I had posted that, under his because he was leaving, or he was leaving because under some type of situation. And I was like, yeah, and I wrote, not long super paragraph, but basically enough to put people understand, what I mean, that man ain't what he say he is. You know what I mean? He just as crooked as the rest of them. So I say all that to say, Andy Schor is the first Jewish mayor of Lansing, and I want to say the first Jewish mayor, but definitely the first Jewish mayor of Lansing. And I want to say, because my man who used to be with Def Jam and 300 Entertainment and all that, Leo Cohen is the top dog at YouTube. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot of Jewish people that work at YouTube. So if y'all Jewish people, I know y'all listening, because y'all, you say certain words, it pops up. So this is not a knock on y'all, but for some odd reason, when it comes to Jews and blacks, we always got to be the ones to apologize. We always the ones who catch the short end of the stick. We always the one. Like, just side note, think about the NBA, think about the NFL, think about entertainment in general. Who mostly is the financiers and the recipients of all them industries? And why does the talent, which is mostly the black people, always end up broke? You got to ask yourself, is it bad management on their part as far as the black athletes, or is it bad business deals that's going on with them people? So I have to say, Jamie Foxx had to apologize just recently because all he said was, man, they put Jesus on the cross. The book says it. So if they're gonna have uh, Jamie Foxx apologize, they need to have the people in the Bible apologize, because they basically said them was the people who orchestrated, or basically who put Jesus up on the cross and crucified him. That's what the book say. So all he was saying is like, man, the people who did Jesus. So the Jews, oh, hey, you got to apologize. So Jamie Foxx had to apologize. And I feel like it's always a one-way street with them, never a two-way street. You know what I mean? And I'm saying these sideline things to not shape and mold your mind on them people, because that's like when we as black people, it's like I'm in my truck and let's say a white lady pull up. Since we got these stereotypes, she gonna assume, hey, he's gonna try to rape me or rob me. You know what I mean? So I don't like that connotation on me. Just I'm pretty sure they don't like certain connotations on them. So I say that to say, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, nobody is perfect. Nobody walks on water. Nobody is perfectly clean. People lie, people steal, people cheat, people do all kind of shit. And Jews are no different than humans, unless they got some other DNA in them, unless they aliens, unless they some other life being. But if they human beings like us, they do everything just like everybody else. So if you got people who kill, they pretty sure you got Jewish people who kill. If you got people who rape, I'm pretty sure you got Jewish people that rape. If you got people who steal, rob, lie, everything that regular people do, everyday people do, then that means Jewish people do the same thing. So I'm saying common sense wise, you know what I mean? Fuck the political shit, fuck the feelings. Just be honest. We all got fuck ups. You know what I'm saying? We all not perfect, but for some odd reason, they portrayed themselves as perfect. That's my issue with them. Just like the issue that I had being a black man, that we portrayed as non-perfect, like we just prone to crime and prone to killing each other, prone to all this type of shit, like no outside interference or nothing has no bearing on why we the way we are. We just happen to be the way we is because we just born that way. I don't believe that shit. Like when I'm making certain comments about Andy Schor and Lansing, and you got white folk coming on there, oh, 95% of the crime is by certain skin pigment and all this type of shit. You know what I mean? Because they believe the stereotypes. They believe that we prone to crime, prone to killing, prone to everything that's negative. Anything that's good is like, it's secondary. They don't really believe that. So for us, it's kind of like we the opposite of them, if that makes sense. They seen as pure, they don't do nothing wrong, and we seen as we always scheming, we always up to something, we always doing something. You get what I'm saying? So on one end, black people, us, we not seen in a good light. And then on the opposite end, they seen, Jewish people are seen in a good light, but not a bad light. Like don't nobody do no wrong in their community. And we know that's not the truth because we human beings, right? So sorry for the long monologue, but I just want to give y'all some jewels, some things to think about before I get to saying what I'm saying. So let me get into it, man. So Andy Schor is the 52nd mayor of Lansing, Michigan, right? When he came in with a fury. He had a lady that I know personally. I ain't gonna say her name right now. She's black, but she's not FBA. She's Caribbean. So her lineage to America is different from my lineage from America. Her mindset towards America is different from my mindset from America. She wasn't, in slavery or had people in slavery. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they had their issues for people who colonized Jamaica or colonized the Caribbeans. I'm pretty sure they had their issues with them, and they did certain things and still do certain things to them, but not like what happened with us. So he grabbed her. She was part of his transition team. You know what I mean? And listen, y'all. The reason why they grabbed non-FBA Americans, like we have coons, like Clarence Thomas is a coon. We got some coons in our culture, but a lot of us are getting on cold. A lot of us are seeing shit for what it is, so they not scooping us. Even if y'all look at the movie roles is being played by foreigners, non-FBA. They're either Haitian, African, Caribbean. They non-FBA basically. And FBA means Foundational Black American. Like you can trace all our roots back to not Africa, but to here. You understand me? So that means we FBA. Other folk migrated here. We didn't migrate here. We was captured, sent here, procreated through generation through generation. Now the first set of generation, of course, they was Africans, but then you still had Native Americans and you had some black people already in America. So you mix all that together, you get FBA. You know what I mean? So the reason why white people, especially Jewish people, you know what I'm saying, are grabbing non-FBA because they don't feel the way we feel. They don't see things the way we see things. You know, the lady that I know, she feels she's very humble. She's very she's empathetic. She understands certain plights, but being an FBA, she will never understand. Just like I would never understand being a Caribbean, a Haitian, an African. You know what I mean? I never will understand that. So for me to sit and act like I understand that, that's like crazy. You know what I mean? Like I can understand what Africans going through in Africa. I don't know what they're going through. I know they're going through certain shit, but I don't understand that because I'm not from there. You understand me? So they picking these people for a reason. So he had her part of his team, few others, but when he came in, he ruffled a lot of feathers. It's a guy, I can't think of his name right now. He just won his lawsuit. He was in the fire department, and Andy Schor is one of the people who made sure the brother was ousted, but he won his lawsuit just recently. So he came in and ruffled a lot of feathers, man. A lot of people got fired, a lot of people quit, and these black people, some white people, some non-FBA people, you know, non-black, quit and got fired too. But a lot of black folk, you know, from the city council. I mean, if you look at our city council right now, you can tell that it's all tethers or people either that's with the LGBTQ. You know, we don't have no soil people for real on that city council panel, but it's a reason for that. Now, I told you we down there 28,000 deep in Lansing. So you telling me we don't have one qualified city council member? Like, it's guys who's running now, but they got criminal records. They got felonies and all that. What the fuck they got to do with them being in office? If they pay their debt to society and they're able to run, then why is the first thing y'all lead with is they got a criminal history? So it's a reason why they don't want certain black people. It's a guy named Aaron Blackburn. I'm gonna say his name because he in the community. He boots on the ground. You understand me? These type of people need to be in city council. Period. But they, you know, since he got a history, he went to the feds. He got a as they say, a color background. But the man paid his debt to society. Now the man is doing what he's doing in the community. Right? So why he ain't looked at in a certain light? Why, when they write the article, because when they had the shooting a couple Saturdays ago, that made CNN and all that, he was like one of the first people up there. First thing they said is, Aaron Blackbird, former drug dealer, blah, 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 blah. Why y'all just can't say, man, community activist? Why y'all gotta say the bad shit, man? So that just them a backhanded type of situation they did, man. On one end, they talking good about him, but then they talking about his history and making it like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's to be not really trusted. Like these folk ain't to be trusted. Andy Schor, the police chief, the police officers, like they to be trusted. Because since this man then took office in 2018 was decent. You know, no murder is excusable. But Lansing, we only known for like, if we get 7 to 8 murders in a year, that's like high for us. You know what I'm saying? That's like when we hit like extreme or red alert type shit. So when 2020 hit and 2021 hit, we had like 20 something murders. I think 21 we then had 28 murders. You know what I mean? Now it dropped a little bit in 2022 and then 2023 where we at now. But we just had just recently like 3 murders less than 2 weeks, like 6 murders less than a month. Like it's getting back up there. And we still got what, August, September, October, November, and December still. Now, this man, and this how, you know, no disrespect. Again, this is not a knock to Jewish people, man. But it's a certain way they move and a certain way they operate, man. Now, a guy that I know been doing parties in Lansing forever. He was able to get his own little building, get his cabaret license. He did everything legit. He had the police. I mean, he had security inside. He had security on the outside. You know what I mean? Security at the back door, front door. Invited the police, told them they can sit in the parking lot with their lights off. You know what I'm saying? Or even with their lights on, whatever, how they want to play it, to make sure the crowd understands, hey, it's somebody out here from law enforcement. So he did everything right. Something went wrong in the inside. That got handled real quick. Party let out. You can't control everything. I'm in a parking lot right now. How can you police a parking lot, yo? You cannot, because people, okay, you got urgent care, you got cleaners, you got Cottage Inn, you got all these different businesses, Kroger's, you got all these different businesses. How do you know, if let's say you at urgent care, but urgent care is an event center, and you do an event, how can they lock the whole parking lot down when it's just where urgent care at, that's just where the event center at, and everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be crazy. You want trying to come get you some formula for your kid, and they telling you, hey, what you come to? You come to the party or you come to get Kroger's? They can't regulate a parking lot. A parking lot is public. So something had transpired. Boy got shot. He ain't dead. You know, God bless. Things happen. Got out of hand. In the parking lot, not in the inside. So now they're trying to use him as the scapegoat because he's not originally from the city. He from somewhere else in Michigan. You understand me? So now the mayor was talking good on one end, and now he's trying to do a backhand and basically, you know, undercut my man and try to get his cabaret license revoked. Like, that's the issue. The issue is not him. The issue is it's nothing to do in the city. I'm born and raised in the city. I can tell you that I'm 46. Lansing, we don't even have a bowling alley right now. We don't have a roller rink. We don't have nothing really fun to do in the city unless you are non-black. Now, if you non-black, you white, plenty of things for you to do. But as for African Americans, blacks, foundational, there's really nothing for us to do. And it's been like that for years, on top of years. That was our main thing back when I was saying that. We were saying that shit in high school. And like I told you, I'm 46. So that's then 30 years ago. We've been saying it. Oh man, ain't really nothing to do. It's hit and miss. Now, when we do get a party, since it's so small and such a small group of people, like I said, we're only 27,000 deep. When we do get some and we have some issues, you know, because how our politics work in our city, you know, Detroit, Flint, everybody else is different, but how our politics work in our city, basically, it might be one or two event niggas that's popping, and they got one building to do something there. Most of the event dudes are cool with each other. It's like gatekeepers. Every city has its gatekeepers. So when they do a party, they all support each other's party. You know what I mean? But that means nobody else is doing a party, and if somebody else does a party, they're gonna make sure that they party not popping, which don't make no sense. Because I did events in Lansing, and when, you know, I supported everybody in the city. I can say that with bold, you understand me. I didn't support everybody, but when I decided to start doing events, I saw, oh, okay, now we can say competition. Okay, cool. So basically the goal is to shut the competition down. I understand that. But the reason why Lansing has issues, because if you got one party happening on a Saturday, guess what? Everybody going to that one party, everybody who got issues going to that one party, and what's going to happen? 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? It, like these youngsters say, on site. In our day, we might have gave a nigga a pass. You know what I mean? We go to the bingo hall out there in Frandor, you understand me? You know, some things did transpire, but sometimes we gave niggas a pass because we was hustling. We was, you know, trying to get money, stay fly, holler at the hoes. You know what I mean? We wasn't really trying to be on some nuck if you buck. You understand me? We was just on some fly shit. It's the 90s. Everybody's trying to be fly. You know what I mean? Sip more wet. You understand? Like, got a few dollars, got a little ride or something. We was trying to be on that type of time. These kids is different than us. They don't really know nothing about no hustling. All they know is up the thing, the pole, the stick, whatever they call it, rob niggas, break into cars, shit like that. That's what their generation is. Our generation was known for hustling, trying to get some money. So we had a different mindset than these boys. Then we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't have, where you can, hey man, like how I'm on live with YouTube. Nigga go live in the party and be like, yo, dog, I'm in here right now. There go Ricky right there. See, niggas can go live. Bras can go live. Girl, there goes such and such. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing for a nigga to be on a nigga ass within minutes because the city's so small. You can ride around Lansing literally in your car, the whole city, under 20 minutes. You can walk to East City, walk to east side of town in an hour. Like you start on the north side, go to the east side, go to the south side, go to the west side. You can do that in an hour. Maybe an hour and some change. Walking. So it's a small city, man. So the situation that happened up there, man, that man didn't have no control over that, man. He can't police the parking lot. It's Logan Square. It's a big ass parking lot. Niggas that really want to get at you can park shit on the other side, because you got buildings like in an L shape. Then you got some buildings in the middle. Then you got all parking lot. If they really want you, somebody can be parked way on the other side and wait for you to, you know what I mean? And then lay you and spray that bitch up. How do you police that? That's for the police job to do. And he invited the police because he knew it was going to be a big event. It was a young rapper out of Flint that's, coming up real hot right now. So he knew. So he made every precaution. Where it failed at is the city of Lansing. Now I told you the mayor came in at 2018. He came in already ruffling feathers of the black community. Because again, Jewish community and black community, we always kowtow to them, man. We always gotta apologize. We always go, you know what I mean? So they have, I didn't work with them, man. I didn't work where nothing with Jewish people around, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't been in the dungeon's lair, if you want to call it. You know what I mean? So I know the ins and outs of that community. They deal with everything that we deal with. They deal with women and Me Too issues and, such and such don't like such and such, or hey, watch your stuff because such and such may steal. And they deal with the same shit. Shout out to the one person came in the room. They deal with the same shit. I didn't work with the folk. I worked around them for 4 years, man. And I kept myself quiet. I'm the type of person I speak. You know what I'm saying? When spoken to, shit like that. But I always kept my eyes and ears open, like, you know what I mean? They used to do a little shit by, I did janitorial, not to be ashamed of it. They'll leave $10 on the floor. You know me, I'm instantly antennas up, grab the money, write a note, what time I saw it, what. Then they should know, oh, you can have it. So I feel like they was testing me, because they see, again, I told you about the stereotypes, how they see us. They seen as perfect, we seen as we gonna steal. We gonna do something. We gonna try to rob them or do some. You know what I mean? I never forget. I had an incident where, lady left her purse. She came. She getting ready to leave, and I'm again. I told you I'm my asshole. You know what I'm saying? So she said, "Hey, it's cool that I can leave my purse around you." And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" But the way I said it, it was like not like a confrontation, like bitch I beat your ass, but kind of like, hey bitch, what type of time you on? What you trying to say, that I'm gonna steal out your purse? So I didn't work with these people, man. They see things a certain type of way, and for some odd reason they more protected than anybody else, when I feel like we should be the most protected. We went through the most and still go through the most. So again, like I said, that man came into office in 2018, and it's been nothing but downhill for Lansing and the black community. Now, if Jews say they love black people like they say they do, I think they just love our talent and what we can do for them to make money. That's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to strike me, YouTube, I said that. So if you want to strike my channel, go ahead. You know what I mean? But that's what I feel, because I see NBA players go broke when they leave the NBA. They can make up to $300 million, 400 something, even 400 something $million, and they end up going broke. You can't tell me that they not dealing with their banks, they not dealing with their private investors, bank people. We don't have a lot of bankers. We don't have a lot of, they have all the people that's at the top when it comes to finances. So if black people going broke, that means that somebody's stealing their money. Like Kwame Brown alluded, he can't go too much into it. You understand me? You know what I mean? Now the news, and when you look up Kwame Brown, they be like, oh, he lost $30-something million in investment, woo-woo, and he tried to sue and this, that, and the third. Yeah, they not saying who the people were. Now, if it was black people, they would literally say in that article, if it was the other way around, let's say some blacks took some money from some Jews on some, because you got to think every level, like you can look at the street level and say, damn, niggas out here trying to sell this and sell that. And some niggas is shiesty, you know, they running scams. Some people selling food stamps. That's on a small level. But just flip it. They on a higher level. They dealing with millions, billions, and trillions of dollars. They already know the game, just like a nigga that's trying to sell you stamps that you might not know the game. You know what I mean? They know the game. So it ain't nothing for them to be like, hey, put your money in our bank. Or I take your money and put it in the stock market and I can make you got 32 million, I can make you 100 million. What nigga wouldn't want to do that? And then they make themselves like they trustworthy. They seen as trustworthy. They seen as they don't do anything wrong. They portrayed as perfect people. So you let your guard down. Because I guarantee you, Kwame Brown, at the time he gave that money to them people, which we know who we talking about, I bet you he wouldn't did it till no, if a black person would have asked him, he wouldn't did it. Because we trained to look at each other a certain type of way. You understand me? We'd have been suspicious. Black dude with a firm, investment thing. Hey, I could take your money and give you 100 million, bro. Nigga was like, shit, I don't trust that nigga. But with some odd reason, we trust white folk, especially Jewish people. And that's why they keep taking our money. Think about the rap industry. Rappers make all that money and what? End up going broke. And these are people that's in the industry. They run Hollywood. They run, you know, all the entertainment. They run everything, dude. Why you think niggas when they be rapping, I got a Jewish lawyer on retainer? Why you think they say that? Because they run that industry, man. They basically the lawyers, they're the judges, they you know what I'm saying? And they got every market cornered, man. They only like 2 or 3% of the United States. Worldwide, I don't know the number, but I know in America, Jews are only about 2 to 3%, man. And they got a lot of wealth. But if you say that on record, like if I went on Facebook and said that, they'll take my Facebook down. Now, when the Jewish people oversee this and they hear they word, they hear, like when I say Jewish, it's a alert that go out. Just like if I say LGBT, gay, fag, if I say anything that is certain letters, man, it's like an alert. They're gonna look over it, they're gonna go over it, and I guarantee you, you know what I mean, if this video get taken down, that's why it's gonna get taken down. They're gonna go over it, they're gonna go over the words, they're gonna go over the context, and then that's when they're gonna be like, this don't fit the community guidelines and blah 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 blah. So when you see anybody's shit get taken down, that means they telling the truth. That's what y'all gotta understand. You know what I mean? Like how they doing Donald Trump. He getting indicted. Each indictment should let you know that man is the truth. Not perfect, but he's the truth. It's a difference. It's a big difference, man. Nobody's saying Donald Trump is perfect. Just like nobody's saying Jewish people is perfect. Nobody's saying black people is perfect. Everybody is imperfect in this world, man. Period. So, like I said, this man then took office. Lansing, the black community has been in shambles. The black community has been at odds with Andy Schor. Now, we had Hollister. We had all kind of different other mayors. Verge Bonero, you know, we done had all kind of his last name was Benavides, rest in peace to him, he didn't pass away. We done had all kind of non-black mayors, and we ain't had this much trouble with the black community against a mayor ever, and a city council ever. So what that tells you, man, like think about it. He the first Jewish mayor of Lansing, and when he come in, all hell breaks loose for us, the black community. Now, keep in mind, I told you we done had Mayor Hollister, Mayor Benavides, Mayor Verge Bonero. I mean, the list goes on of all the mayors that was non-black, because we ain't never had a black mayor. We didn't even have a woman. It's all been all white males or non-white males. And Lansing got, what, 100 and some year our history? So that should tell you something, man. It should tell you something. You understand me? It's the capital of Michigan. So they want to keep it a certain way, I guess. But like I said, since this man came into office, it's been nothing but problems with him in the black community. Now the LGBT community is happy with him. The white community is happy with him. But why the black community not happy with him? Why he having issues with the black community? I thought Jews like blacks like we supposed to like them. So now, going from that story to this story, so now since we got all these killings and shootings. Now, keep in mind, he came in office at 2018. Crime and murders picked up and going towards the end of 2019, going into COVID, and then coming out of COVID. Well, not coming out of COVID, but going through COVID in 2021. I think 2021 was our highest amount, was there at 30 people got killed. All young people, mostly. Majority, 90% something, majority was young people, man. Man ain't said nothing. You would think he would be focusing on trying to get them numbers down. Now, so 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Looked like he trying to rebuild himself for re-election. So he got to do something. Well, two things. Re-election and reassuring white people and business owners, white business owners, that the community is safe. Because that's basically what they doing here in Detroit. Detroit, then in 80% black, 70-something% black. The hood is fucked up, but they make sure midtown and downtown is safe. Like over this before the summer hit, was a lot of shootings and killings downtown. Keep in mind they was gonna have the Grand Prix come through, so that means a lot of sponsors and a lot of white folk coming into town. So what they did, they started putting fucking metal detectors downtown, where you got to go through a metal detector to get to Greektown, to walk the Riverwalk. You had to go through a metal detector. Now they didn't basically stop that shit now. Why? Because now all the white investors basically gone. Now I guarantee you, let that crime shit pick up when they have the NFL draft here in Detroit in 2024. Let that shit pick up again. They're gonna probably put goddamn, they're probably gonna barricade that bitch and be like, if you ain't black, you can't come down here type shit. That just to make the white people feel comfortable. The white business owners, the investors, to make them feel comfortable. So that's what Lansing do. Every city does that when they got a lot of population or any population of black people. They don't too much give a fuck about the black people because they pick certain niggas. Because again, I told you, we got coons too. So they pick certain niggas to smooth us over. They pick reverends, you know, pastors, you know, people like that. To say, hey, black people, they cool. Why do we need a reverend, a pastor, or some community activist that they giving money to or they doing favors for to tell us that these people is cool? You understand me? That's where we go wrong at. Where they take the people that we trust in our community, pay them a few dollars, so now they feel like their hands is tied and they can't really speak the truth because they're like, shit, if I say something, they probably gonna pull my funding. That happened to the lady that I'm telling you about that was part of my man's transition team. Now the previous mayor, Verse Bonero, her and him didn't get along. So since she didn't campaign for him to go get niggas, because he didn't do something for her. See? So since he didn't do what she wanted him to do, she didn't do. So basically he pulled her funding. And this came out her mouth. Like I said, me and her, cool. I know her personally. So this man pulled her funding. That's what they do, man. That's like a nigga with a broad. That's like if my baby mama or anybody baby mama got a sponsor. Yeah, he gonna sponsor you. But not do what that man say and watch how he pulls funding from you. So that's the same shit that politicians do. They unfortunately, we seen as the baby mamas out here, the black community. And everybody know what a sponsor is. If you don't know what a sponsor is, it's basically a nigga who got a few dollars to spend on your baby mama or somebody's baby mama. Nigga ain't a multi-millionaire. He just got more than the next man. Baby mama thirsty. She looking for some new dick, new time, hey, here's a few dollars. Now she looking like he the top dog, but she gonna have to suck dick. She gonna have to do whatever that man say because he didn't give her a few dollars. Now let her go try to go get a real relationship. Or if she don't start doing what that man say do, he gonna pull the funding. That means he gonna pull the sponsorship from her. See? So that's the same thing white politicians do to black people. They go get these pastors, they go get these, you know what I'm saying, these community activists. They like the baby mamas and they the sponsors, and they come, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Oh, you got a project you want done? Oh, I got you. How much you need? Oh, I need a grant for like $30,000. Oh, I can get that for you. They get the grant for $30,000. You know what I mean? Now they can build up their church, they can build up whatever community thing they got going on, but they're gonna have to speak what they say speak. Go to your people, tell them we cool. So that's what Andy did. Grabbed a few of them niggas. You understand me? But a lot of us is upset because, like I said, there's really nothing to do in the city, and he's not helping to facilitate that. Now everybody else is getting help. LGBT getting help. Immigrants getting help. White people getting help. White business owners getting help. But when it comes to us, it's But then when it's time to vote, hey, can you vote for me? So then that's when they send the niggas that they bought and paid for, that they didn't sponsor, to come out and tell us, hey man, he cool, vote for him. No, nigga, he need to come talk to us. So that's what people trying to have him do now. He didn't spoke out. He gonna say, we need to get the illegal guns off the street. Nigga, that's common, that's obvious that there's guns on the street, my nigga. It's like that in Flint, Detroit, Kalamazoo, Benton Harbor, Battle Creek, everywhere there's niggas at in Michigan, that's the issue. You go to any other city, any other state, it's the same issue. So he's saying something like he recreated the wheel, when in actuality, man, every city in America that got black people in there is dealing with that, with illegal guns. But what is the issue to me and most black people who got some sense is, because we don't have no gun factories. We don't have, it's only in the state of, in the country of America, it's like less than 10 black-owned gun shops in America. So how many states we got? 50 states. So in 50 states, there's only less than 10 black-owned gun shops. So that means we not supplying the guns. There is no black gun makers, period. Zero. Remington, all the gun makers, them that's not black people. There's not a black gun that you can, hey man, this called the Stellar. Who made this? Black people. We don't have no guns, so we don't make the guns. We don't have metal. Who making these guns? Who making these bullets? How is these niggas who can barely buy Jordans, which is like $200-300, because they got to go steal, rob, and everything to get the money? How do they have guns that cost like $2,500, $3,500, $4,500? Extended clips. Where are they getting these extended clips from? Where are they getting all the ammo from? When a gun owner like me legally can go try to buy ammo. Oh, we running short on height. How is they not running short on ammo when they around here shooting just for fun and for real? So how is they able to replenish their bullets? Where they getting their bullets from? So then you have people, white people, some dumb niggas, well, they breaking into these gun shops. Yeah, that's true. They breaking it, they going to these homes when people leave, go to the little white areas like Owasso and all these different little areas outside of Michigan. And yeah, niggas doing that. But that still leaves another third. That's 2/3 I just told you about. 1/3, you know what I mean? Okay, let's say they breaking into gun shops. All right, 2/3. They're going outside, breaking in people's homes. What's the other third though? So that means somebody's supplying these guns. It's a movie back in the day that had Frederick Starr and Bokeem, I forgot his first name, but Bokeem, you know what I mean? Him and Frederick Starr starred in this movie called Strap. It was a white dude, ex-military, that was supplying the guns. I don't know if they took the video down, but it's a YouTube video, or a black dude that used to be in the gangs in Chicago was saying how he saw some white people drop off crates of guns in alleys in in Chicago. So I don't know if that video's still up, because like I told y'all, when you speak the truth, they'll say you're going against the community guidelines. But it's a video, man. Look up Chicago ex-gang leader says white people, guns. You know what I mean? Put ex-gang leader, white people guns, and it should pop up. So this mayor of Lansing saying, oh yeah, we need to get the illegal guns off the street. Then he want to shut my man's cabaret license down. That's a black-owned business who paying taxes into the city. Like, make that make sense to me. He's not really doing nothing to really help the black community. All these young black boys, I know they parents. I went to school with their parents, so I either know them directly, like cool, we was cool, you know what I mean? Some I might have fondled, you know what I'm saying, when we was in school, you know what I mean? Maybe got older and did some things, but I know some of their mamas, know the papas. Like I said, directly or indirectly, they kids is dead. And the mayor gonna say he finally speak up just now because, like I said, the situation made CNN. I told my mans, I said, man, when that made CNN, I knew they was gonna put heat on him. You know what I mean? He got enough sense. He know that too. It made the world news, and they all mass shooting in Lansing, blue, 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 blue. You know what I mean? It's the capital of Michigan, so they gotta, you know, try to quiet everything down. But now, like I said, now they got this new situation where since they so hypersensitive right now, because you gotta understand when they do, like, how can I say this? I'm in a black truck, black male. If somebody robbed a store, let's say about 2-3 blocks away, and the description is black man, keep in mind I just said black man. I ain't say no height, no weight, no eye color, no hair color, no nothing. I just said black man, truck. Now I'm sitting here on live with y'all right now. Police will ride up 9 times out of 10 and pull a gun on me. Hey, step out the car. Da, da, da. Then they find out it ain't me. Oh, my bad. That's dirty. That's called racial profiling. So that's what they did to this boy, man. The shit went on TikTok and went viral. Basically, little young boy. I got a 16-year-old son, man. So it's hit me personally. Because if it was my son, I'm raising hell. I'm damn near going to be downtown in jail. Goddamn B. But and you better get your ass on, cuz. Fuck on. God damn it. My bad, y'all. B trying to get at me. They probably didn't sit the B my way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that nigga talking too much real shit. Let's try to cut this nigga off. But no, so what I'm saying to you, they basically, the shit went viral just like a couple days ago, maybe 2 days ago. You know what I mean? And police roll up deep as fuck, guns drawn, boy trying to take the trash out. But since he fit the description, they said something about some green shorts. You know how many black kids probably wear green shorts that day in Lansing? What, you gonna stop every kid that got green shorts on? So now the family, from what I'm hearing, got a lawyer. I just recently read he apologized. That's not enough. He needs to step down because of what he done did prior and what he doing now. He's ineffective as a mayor, especially when it comes to the black community. The police chief need to step down and resign, and the officers involved all need to be fired. They could have killed that boy. That boy, if he wasn't scared the way he was, let's say he took off running because he don't know why the fuck they fucking with me. They could have killed that boy, man. And I tell my son, I'm telling y'all here on live, God forbid, somebody gotta go, or I'm at least try to take one of them out. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all can put 2 and 2 together. Y'all see who I'm talking about. If that happened to my child, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Something happened to my child on that type of time, I'm not protesting. I don't want no goddamn Ben Crump. I'm gonna take things in my own hand and deal with it how I deal with it. And I'm just being totally honest. You know what I mean? You can say, oh, that's just being emotional. Nah, nigga, that's basically an eye for an eye, nigga. If I can't get the ones, I'm gonna go get the others. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I know what my fate gonna be. It ain't like I'm gonna live. Just keeping it real. But my mom always said, you know, God bless her soul. Her birthday was a couple days ago, man. God rest her soul. If you take somebody out, somebody try to take you out, man, shit, you gotta take one with you. I remember my mama telling me that as a little boy. That applies to anybody, from people professional to amateur. You understand me? But that boy could have ran. That boy could have made the wrong move because they had guns drawn on him, ready to kill him. No tasers. He got on some low ass shorts and a t-shirt. What else could he have on him? Let's say he had a knife, but that's what the tasers is for. Why is you quickly to use that? See, that's what they not looking at, man. They use deadly force with him. With their guns drawn and they hand on their trigger, that's called deadly force / racial profiling. If that boy would have sneezed wrong, he'd have been gone. And what the mayor say? We apologize. So I look at it, yeah, the boy alive, thank God. But what if he would have died? All you got is apology, nigga? That's it? Dog gotta go. He's ineffective. Period. So my job from here on out is to make sure that man don't become mayor again. You know what I mean? Period. Whatever I can do. You know what I mean? See, I'm taking to my YouTube. Whatever I can do, that man gotta go, that police chief gotta go, and the officers involved has to go. If not, I don't want. See, all they gonna do now is what I just tell you. They got bought and paid for Negroes that they sponsor. So they're gonna go grab the pastor, because you know the family didn't grab the lawyer. They didn't lawyer it up. So now their job is to, hey, the niggas that we sponsor, hey, nigga, male or female, they activate them. Just like they did Marlon Wayans when it came down to the Alabama Montgomery brawl. Marlon Wayans, I like him, man. He alright. I don't like what he said though just recently. He come on there, oh man, we need to be about love. Man, when it's war, nigga, ain't no love. Right now, Russia and Ukraine, you know what I mean, is going at it. Ain't no love right now. They'll figure out the love part once this shit in. We got to understand who we at war with. They didn't convince us, and we can go hump on a white girl, or a black chick can go get her a white dude, or you can have same on sex, love, and all that. We didn't got access to white people. We thinking the war is over with. It's always going to be a war with them. That's why we always have shootings of black people, you know, or families getting pulled out of cars, guns drawn on them, and, you know, just little shit that be happening that we see day to day, man, either on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We see this shit every day, how we get treated. That's to remind niggas, but niggas be thinking this is isolated incidents. No, nigga, all this shit together. I'm not saying go around hating no particular group. None of that shit. What I'm saying is, nigga, stay on your P's and Q's, nigga. That's all I'm saying, is stay on your P's and Q's. So, like I said, what they're going to do now is they're going to go grab whatever niggas they got sponsored that they didn't give money to, or they didn't help get some type of grant or whatever. They're going to activate them niggas to come out. I guarantee you, between today, what's today? Saturday? By the time Monday, next week get here, they're going to have some nigga. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm going to know who it is, directly or indirectly. A pastor or a community activist, they're gonna have them say, hey, they might even have old girl that I'm talking about. They might have her come speak. And if she do, I'm gonna look at her sideways. And I'm gonna hit her up. I got her number personally. I'm gonna hit her up and I'm gonna talk to her like, hey man, what, you know, why you know what I mean? Like, why you feel me? Because I told you the mayor previously got her funding pulled. She able to do what she do now because maybe old boy restored her funding. Who knows? We don't know. But if she come out and then try to come to the black community like, hey, you know, it was a misunderstanding, he's a good mayor and all that, then I'm going to have to question her ethics and question her as a person. And I'm going to holler at her. Now, she hang up on me, or she be like, I don't want to talk, cool. I understand. But I'm going to voice my opinion more so I can before she hang up on me. So at the end of the day, man, this is how they play us from every city, from every aspect. That's on the city level, from a state level, from a federal level, like how they do Joe Biden. We know Joe Biden not good for the black community. He wasn't good for the black community when he wrote the crime bill in 91, whatever that was. Fast forward, he the president. Now they got all these niggas coming out, oh man, he's straight. They call it Democratic Shield. They pay these people, man. People get money. They get certain, if they got a program, they get funding for their program or whatever they got going on. They pay them people to come out there and tell them he cool. Why do we need a motherfucker to speak? That's like if I'm at a club trying to holler at a chick and a chick saying my girl cool, my girl, I don't want to hear from you, bitch. I'm trying to talk to your girl. Let her speak. Let her come and talk to me, or let me come talk to her. So why do I need her homegirl to tell me, yeah, she 5'7", I don't need you to tell me everything about her. Let her tell me. You understand me? Let her tell me. So that's how they do with these niggas. They get from a city level, from a state level, and from a federal level. They always get some niggas that they didn't bought and paid for, that they didn't sponsor, to come to us, the masses, and tell us like, because they get people that we trust. The lady I'm talking about, a lot of people trust her. I trust her. But if she come across and say some slick shit or something sideways in the next couple of days or next week or so, then I'm gonna have to look at her sideways like, something ain't clicking. Hold up, you know he wrong. So why is you know, like, hey, he's a good person? And no, he's not a good person. The chief is not a good person. The police officer that was involved is not a good person. We don't want apologies. We want answers. We want solutions. That's what we need. That little young black boy could have been my son. He's 15. My son's 16. That's why I always tell my son, like, I had an issue with my child. Went down there to go get him. I had my other son with me. We went to Quality Dairy. But my son, my older son, came out the car first. He went in the store. He got on black hoodie, you know, got the little dreads. He had black pants, black shoes. You know what I mean? So I explained to my son, you see, you fit a certain type of stereotype. They think since you dress like that, oh, he's trying to steal. He's going to rob us. So since my son went in first, the oldest, he didn't know that he was with me at all until it was time for us to pay. Because I wanted some ice cream. So I stood over by the ice cream thing. My son had what he had. My youngest wanted some ice cream. So we both want some ice cream. I was not going to hand that man that money. I put it on the counter, like he was at the end of the counter, and it's a space in between there, and then you got the ice cream where you get the ice cream at, because he's like, you got to pay for the ice cream. You know, he's still trying to, and keep in mind, he a Mexican. Now they always tell us about this black and brown coalition. That shit is fake. Brown people only latch on to us. They tethers. They latch on for us for either funding or for it's kind of like a nigga that's getting money in the hood, one nigga, and he got a bunch of niggas standing around him. So when broads look over at the nigga with the money, they automatically probably gonna assume, shit, if them niggas standing with dog that got some money, 9 times out of 10, they got some money. And that don't always be the truth. You understand me? So that's what tethers do. They latch on to us. And then people look at it, oh, if they the same. We're not the same. I had to explain that to my son. They not the same as us. We stand alone. We are foundational black Americans. So I did not hand that man. I put that money right on the little lip of that counter. You can get it from there. And gave him the most coldest look. Like, you lame ass bitch. You understand me? It took everything in me not to slap him. You understand me? Just profiling my son like that, man. But I told my son I'm glad that it happened, so he can understand. I want him to understand things young, man, early, so he know, like, shit, my dad did tell me. So I tell him, like, matter of fact, going back and forth, got pulled over in Weberville. You know what I mean? Hey, son, you see how this went? You see how he had his gun drawn on us? You know what I mean? We not a threat to him, but he feel like we a threat because we black. So I'm telling him these things so he can understand. And we shouldn't even have to tell our kids this shit, but it's like a survival kit. So whatever his instincts, that little boy, either his parent or the father spoke, and I love how the father is spearheading it. The mama got it right, you know what I mean? Because that's her child. But see, a lot of these killings that be happening around the country when it comes to black people, it's always some mothers. And you know, women are emotional, and they can easily be manipulated. Like my baby mama, another nigga baby mama. You understand me? That's like when my son had issues, my oldest has issues in school. You know, my baby mama working for the city, you know what I mean, for the school district. So for one, she ain't trying to lose that job. So she got to tiptoe and be, you know, docile. And I told her I'm not with that. So she told them, like, I can't speak. We not together. She can't hold me. Even if we was together, she can't hold me. That's my son, dog. So I basically went the fuck off. Because they were trying to basically, again, profile my son. These kids doing all kind of crazy shit. The little white boy, little school lunch aide, so he tried to, hey, it was him. No, it was all the kids. My son happened to participate, but he wasn't the one spearheading. But since he got racially profiled and scapegoated, they try to put it on him. And I know my child, man. I'm not saying my child's perfect, but I know what he would do, and he definitely would sit there and snicker and play the game. He gonna do that. But him spearheading shit, no, that ain't what he gonna do. So when they were standing there, the principal standing there, my baby mama standing there, the white boy standing there, I'm talking to my son like, son, you see this white man right here? He would be the one that you see when you get to prison. You know what I mean? When behind the bars, it's gonna be somebody like him. And I'm pointing to him. So my baby mama, chill, no. Then I point to the white lady. I said, she'll be someone like a warden or somebody like that. So she said something slick, and I said, hey, you ever heard of the elementary to prison pipeline? She was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wrote that as something in my college. So you know what I'm talking about. So then my baby mama saw me getting super heated. Calm down. You know what I mean? She want to put me the principal want to put me into the office. And that's when we talk further. I let her know I'm not going for that, man. I know my child, and I know what you know what I mean? I see what's going on here. I was once a black kid. I never forget being, about what, 8? I always was a kid that stuck to myself. You know what I'm saying? Had friends, but stuck to myself a lot. And I was walking through the alley. We stayed on Wisconsin. So we in the house right here, but it was an alley. So I'm in the alley. You know, tossing rocks. Look, just being a kid. Tossing rocks, doing shit. Then I walk and see somebody back door open. Just being nosy. So I go look. Oh, okay, somebody back door open. But then I hear a white dude, hey. So shit, what I know? Take off running. Man, I take off running, the white man chasing me down. Keep in mind I'm 7, 8 years old. Man, I'm petrified. You hear me? I'm gonna keep it G real. But I wasn't that far from my home. I thank God I wasn't nowhere far as fuck. So I get close enough where my mom can hear. He jumped on top of me. But my mom and them heard me like, Ma! They came outside, strapped up, knives, bats, whatever they need. White man thought he was white, but he turned a ghost color. You understand me? They made that man apologize. Now, I don't know what happened afterwards. I don't know if my stepdad or my uncle, my mom and them did something to him. You know what I mean? I just didn't never see that white man no more. I ain't see him no more. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Either he moved or that nigga got ghosts. You know what I mean? He just basically wasn't, make sure he wasn't outside. But I was 7, 8 years old, man. That shit fucked me up. But I never forget hearing what my grandma used to tell me about the South. My auntie, my mom. So I was always leery of white people, even to this day. I don't give a fuck how nice they is. I always got to look like, it could be cool, but they could be the other shit too. And I just want my sons to have that mindset. I don't judge white people. I just keep my eye open, dog. Like, these people are capable of doing some wild shit to us, man. You understand me? They're capable of doing some wild shit to us, man. And that's why I feel like we always get caught up by the police. Because we just assume, oh, man, no, nigga. You breathe the wrong way, nigga, they gonna blow you down, nigga. And then they got the power of the pen, so they can be like, hey, he did this. Because I guarantee you, if that black boy would did something, they would have said, oh, he rich for something. They would have came up with a lie. They wouldn't just say flat out like, we made a mistake. What police officer do that? So that child would have been gone. Now, you have people, even niggas, that will argue, well, it's a lot of black people killing each other. True. So we need to handle that, right? So that means we can walk and chew gum, right? So at the end of the day, we got to hold everybody accountable. I done did stories on this about how the black mother chose welfare over the black man, and look at the repercussions of them choosing that, because now you don't have black men in the home. So it's not far-fetched. Why? But see, it's always an underhand there. Who's the underhand? Who's the hidden hand? Who the one made welfare? Who the one made Section 8? Who the one made food stamps? Who the one made Medicaid? Who the one made the child support system? That made black women choose this shit over the black man and play us against each other. Come on now. You got to accept responsibility. So that means the black boy who killed another black boy, he got to accept responsibility. The black mother got to accept responsibility. The black father got to accept responsibility. You know, we all got to accept that responsibility. Period. But I'm telling y'all, The mayor's foul, but since he's Jewish, he gets seen in a certain light. He has certain powers that other people don't have. But he's foul. The police chief, you can't keep the murders down. You need to go. That's like on the movie on the Wire. I mean, the show The Wire. That's why they had this one episode called, it was called Drugs on the Table or Money on the Table. It's episode, season, whatever, but it's something about drugs or money on the table. That's why when they do these sweeps, that's political. So that means you knew who was selling. Y'all don't see, niggas don't look at it like this. Niggas look like, oh, they just happen to, you know, figure out who was selling dope that day and who had all the guns. No, they been known who's selling dope and they know who had all the guns. They go do the guns on the table shit and drugs on the table to keep the police chief position so he can keep his job and the mayor to keep his job. That's the only reason why they do that shit. They know, like, if I'm a regular nigga, since I came up from the streets, I can see certain, like I'm in the parking lot, I will recognize a dope deal quicker than probably the next person. But just the naked eye, you can just see something like, okay, why he didn't go into the store? The common sense tell you, like, and why did he get in his car? And why he get up out the car? And then they leave. One take off earlier than the other. Like you should know something is suspicious there, right? So you tell me these police supposed to be so trained, they always decorate him. Oh, he was a decorated detective, and okay, so if you a detective, then detect some shit then. How y'all don't know who's selling dope and who doing shit around the community? I told y'all Lansing only 27,000. I told my wife, shit, Taylor Swift and Beyonce were just here in Detroit, back to back, damn near. She was one in July, and that was Taylor Swift in July, and Beyonce was here in August, right? Or what? Maybe I think it was August. But bottom line, Beyonce was here, and then Taylor Swift was first. Both of them played the Detroit Tiger Stadium. That motherfucker hold down that 70,000 people. They down there filled that bitch up, if not filled it up. So that means police had to police in the inside, security, all that type of shit, all the people in the inside. That means they had to make sure the crowd control and all that shit. If you telling me y'all police can't take care of them and see what the fuck going on in a city that only holds 28,000 black people? Now, again, racial profiling is real, but what I'm trying to say is our community is not that big. It's mostly white people and then Mexicans. So it's not hard to figure out who is doing what in the community. Y'all know what white girl out here selling dope and doing this and y'all know this shit, man. So for everything to go on the way it's going on in Lansing, to me, it's a failure of leadership from top to bottom. I'm not saying no parents ain't holding no responsibility. I'm not saying the community ain't holding no responsibility. But what I'm talking about, people pay taxes. The city of Lansing, you gotta pay taxes. That tax money is how the mayor get paid, how the police get paid, fire department, all that type of shit, right? So that means they work for the people, right? So at the end of the day, if they're not doing their job, then why the fuck they still got a job? The mayor's not doing his job. I don't want no apology. Fuck apology. I guarantee you do something to a Jewish person, they gon' O.J. Simpson, from the court of the law, they said he didn't kill Nicole Brown and my man. My man was Jewish. His family's still trying to come after O.J. Through civil suits. Sue that man, trying to take everything from that man, his pension, everything. Still, they've been dead damn near 30 years. Same thing when it comes to Jews and the Nazis. Damn near all the Nazis from that era is dead. They trying to sue the kids, the grandkids. They trying to lock niggas up still. That shit is over with. But in their eyes, it's not over with. So why we gotta accept apology? That shit is not cool. They had guns ready to kill that young boy. Fuck like our bad. Like they got a title, wrong place, wrong time. And it's unfortunate. That's bullshit. The fuck you mean unfortunate? That shit is not supposed to happen to him. Y'all supposed to go catch murderers. Y'all can't even catch half the fucking murders. Half the fucking murders ain't been solved in a low ass city. Like, make that make sense, man. Don't nobody want no. Only one who want apologies is niggas who basically got something to gain, that getting something from the mayor or from something from the city council or whatever. Other than that, man, niggas should be outraged, man. Just like niggas should be outraged about what's happening, that happened up at that damn party, which we are. That's not cool. Ain't nobody saying like, yeah, man, like, you know, nigga, that shit ain't cool. But at the end of the day, where the fuck was the police? If y'all know, he told y'all, hey, man, I'm having a party. Y'all more than welcome to come sit in the parking lot. Why y'all didn't come sit in the parking lot? Oh, we got to patrol. Man, so y'all basically wait for some shit to happen, then show up. So that means y'all not really here to protect and serve. Y'all here basically to basically be like sharks. And, ooh, bunch of niggas. Let's not even go there. Let's not even try to help police the crowd or nothing. Let's just wait till a gunshot or a fight happen, then we pull up. That's not protecting people, man. That ain't how you police. If they'd have set just one motherfucking cop in that parking lot, I guarantee you it could still have happened, but 9 times out of 10 it wouldn't happen, because the niggas who would have rolled up there would have saw that one cop and said, shit, if we shoot that dog right now, he at least can get on his radio and say what car we was in. Lansing ain't big, so all they gotta do is block out all the highways. State troopers get on it, block all the highways off. Now you just in the city. But now the car, they know the car. So it ain't shit for them to find that car. And where they find that car, they gonna find y'all. Cameras are everywhere, man. So ain't no way you really can get around that shit. So if they would have set just one motherfucking cop up there, that could have saved that situation. But now they're trying to put it all on my mans. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. So basically, this shit, I'm gonna go back, put the title on there. It's basically gonna say Andy Schor, the mayor of Lansing. He's foul. The police chief is foul, and the officers involved are foul. Bottom line, fuck an apology, fuck all that shit. They need to fix what they need to fix, and that's basically getting rid of them. Again, we 28,000 deep in Lansing. That's a lot of people who pay taxes. That's a lot of power that we don't understand that we have. Now, yeah, they 80,000 more, you know, but that 20,000, that 20-something thousand, if we spoke up loudly and clearly, oh, trust me, you basically, you start pulling your money in and stop shopping with them and stop going and supporting certain shit, they'll get the drift. You don't go vote for them, they'll get the drift. But see, they always trick us. If you don't vote for me, then so-and-so's gonna get off and he's gonna be worse than me. At this point, man, what do we have to lose? Why are we gonna keep putting, that's like a nigga manipulating a female that's beating her ass, cheating on her and all that type of shit, and he tell her, man, you ain't gonna find nobody better than me, you can't do better than me. And then some females believe that shit. That's why he had that old saying, shit, I can do bad by my damn self. So why we don't apply that shit when it comes to politics? We can do bad by ourselves, man. Why we gotta vote for somebody? Why can't we just sit the fuck out and let nature take its course? Why do they need us to vote so bad, but when we need something, we can't get nothing? Or we get a long, you know, oh, well, you know, I ain't tried, and, you know, this, that, and the third. But then you look at the LGBT community, you look at the Jewish community, you look at the immigrant community, you look at everybody else's community, they're getting resources, which is money. They're getting all kind of funding and everything that they need, laws and shit to protect them. They got, shit, Governor Gretchen Whitmer basically didn't pass the law where you misgender. If I go to Kroger's right now and it's an LGBT dude, and I call him, hey, excuse me, sir, I'm trying to get this ketchup. I'm not a sir, I'm a woman. And I keep saying it, he can call the police and I can get a felony for that. For misgendering a nigga. But police can kill us, shoot us, all kind of crazy shit, and we can't get, all we get is an apology. It's bullshit, man. So, something has to be done. I just took to my YouTube to voice my opinion. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely going to be working with my people. I told my man, if he need me for anything, hit me up. You know what I mean? Because that's my hometown, man. And I've been around for a long time. I done seen a lot of shit. I know some people in high places. I know some people in low places. You understand me? And I'm like, I ain't going for it. And how they trying to treat my man and how the mayor doing right now, I don't like it. It's foul. So that's all I got to say. I've been on here an hour and something, man. I wasn't planning on being here this long, but again, man, I don't like that shit. The mayor's foul, the city is foul right now. You understand me? Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. Peace.